Hello, and welcome to the 137th edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Bruckert, and I'm coming to you live here from Casa de Bruckert as we prepare for the holiday season. So, the holiday season brings a ton of great beers, and one of the finest of the holiday beers is a good local Florida beer, believe it or not, Funky Buddha The Last Snow. The Last Snow is an American porter that's brewed with coconut and coffee, okay? It's out of, originally Boca Raton and Oakland Park, Florida, so it's down on the south side of Florida. And I don't think of the south side of Florida as being a place that would make a great porter, but believe it or not, this beer is world class. It's rated 99 out of 100 as far as porters go. It's rated the number one porter on Untappd. It's rated the number 2 porter on Rate Beer, and it's not rated number 3 worldwide. So you can tell why when you look at the beer, okay? First of all, you get a dark brown, black color with a very dark tan head. And a perfect head. Look at that. We get about an inch, which is an absolutely perfect amount of head. So this beer is brewed perfectly. You can tell by just looking at it. So it's a thing of beauty to look at. And it's such a good beer. I put it in my Delirium Noel glass, which I don't share that with too many beers. But during the Christmas season, I'll probably be using it for a lot more of the Christmas type beers, okay? So let's go ahead and now that we've looked at it and seen what a beautiful beer it is, let's smell it. Okay, so right off the bat, what I'm getting in the smell, which I know this is different than the taste, but in the smell, I'm getting a heavy coffee presence, okay? And I know with the taste, it's a little bit different. The coffee is a little bit lighter as to where the coconut's a little bit more pronounced. So when I smell it, I do smell the coconut, but the coffee, I think it's just kind of, and the smell is overpowering the coconut a little bit. And then you do smell like those roasted malts in there. And I'm not going to lie to you. This is not my first time having this beer. This is not my first time having this beer recently. I mean, I like the beer a lot, and I am happy that I'm now available to get it in 6-packs instead of bombers like I used to originally get it in. So the nice thing about the 6-pack is I can have one now, have one later, have one there, have one there. So I can have it all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and waste no time now that I've got this beautiful. Now, when I smell it now, as the head kind of settles down a little bit, I'm getting a little bit more of a chocolatey scent in there. Oh yeah, definitely a chocolate scent. Wow. What a difference between when it was thicker and it had more of the coffee flavor. And that's why you want to pour a beer and get a nice head when you pour it. When you smell it, you can actually get more. If you have a nice head on it, you get to smell more of the flavors that you're actually getting ready to be tasting. As to where if you don't, you pour it down the side and you get no head, you're going to miss out on a lot of those flavors in the smell before you drink it. So make sure when you pour a beer, especially a good beer, make sure you get a nice head on it, which is going to help release the smells, okay, into the beer. So I'm going to go ahead and taste this. Oh. That is so delicious. And I know this because I've had it many times before, but I never get tired of drinking this beer because first of all, I like coconut. And the nice thing about this porter, it's a nice porter, not too overly heavy, but it has a nice coconut without being too sweet. It has a real nice coconut flavor. And I like coconut, so if you don't like coconut, this might not be the beer for you, but it's worth a try even if you're not a big coconut fan. Because like I said, the coffee flavor in there, the way they balance that coconut with the coffee with the chocolate, with the malts. It's just a absolutely beautiful beer. I really do like it. It kind of reminds me, if you ever had like a Mounds bar, or Almond Joy. The sometimes you feel like it, sometimes you don't. Well, this beer kind of encompasses that in a way, because you're getting the coconut, you're getting the almost nutty type flavor from the roasted malts. Oh, so delicious. Very good. Now, for those of you who don't know about Funky Buddha actually has only been around about 10 years. I think they actually started a bar before 2010, but they didn't start brewing their own beer until 2010, and didn't even open up their brewery until 2013. They're actually making beer and bottling it, the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter, for those of you who have had that before, which kind of was an internet sensation as soon as it came out, because it was like everybody loved it and freaked out about it. And that was in 2011, before they even opened up their main brewery. But a great brewery, and this is not the only great beer that they have. They have tons of great beers. Especially what they used to do, a lot of their small batch beers, like that Maple Bacon Coffee Porter. That was a small batch, limited release, very hard to find, but it was phenomenal. Their IPAs are good. They're just everything they make. And they also make this same beer, the Last Snow. They make it in a bourbon barrel age edition, which is called, I think it's the Last Buffalo in the Park is, I think, what they call it. And that is absolutely phenomenal. If you like bourbon barrel aged stuff, that's really, really tasty. Now, they opened up their brewery in 2013 down there in Oakland Park, but they were rated in 2016 as one of the top 100 breweries in the United States. So, needless to say, they went from not even being a brewery to being in the top within a few years, which is phenomenal for a brewery to do. Now, a little known fact, and you may know this or may not, but they were purchased, I think it was in 2017, by Constellation Brands, which I actually have stock in Constellation Brands. So I'm very happy that they made this purchase, because it is a really phenomenal beer. But I was worried, I'll be honest with you, whenever a bigger company like Constellation Brands buys a brewery, the concern is are they going to be able to keep producing the good beers and be able to do it at a quantity while maintaining the quality? Well, I can tell you right now, this beer has not changed. I mean, it's still the great beer I've been getting every single year. So they're doing something right, and it's more accessible in like 6-packs, as to where you used to have to scramble to buy, bomber bottles of it because it sold out so fast. So we're able to get a great beer like this in a little bit larger quantities. Now, I don't know if they're shipping this, all across the country, but here in Florida, I got this just at the local grocery store at Publix, and I was very happy to see it. I went ahead and picked up a couple of 6-packs because I love it so much, and I've really, really been enjoying it. And if you're in a more cooler climate, this is a great sit around the campfire kind of beer. Even here, it's a great sit around the campfire beer when it's a little bit cooler. And this next week, we're going to be getting into the 30s here in the Orlando area, which is unheard of for us. Well, it's not unheard of. We get a couple of days a year that are like that. But I might have to throw a couple of logs on the fire and sit around and drink a Last Snow. Just saying. Oh, phenomenal. I do have to agree with this rating. 99 out of 100, world class. I take those kind of ratings very seriously. So if I am agreeing with a 99 out of 100, then obviously it's a good sign. If you like coconut and if you like a good quality porter, this is maybe a little bit sweeter than most porters out there because of the coconut, but the way that they balance the coconut with the coffee, with the porter, with the malts and the chocolate, absolutely delicious. I give it a very, very, very high rating, okay? So if you enjoy this, make sure you tell your friends about Beer Issues and how much fun we're having about, talking about beer and drinking beer on Beer Issues. And make sure to tell them to subscribe, because we do want to get more and more subscribers, because one day we want everybody to be subscribed and know when new issues come out. Because if you don't subscribe, you don't know about the new issues that are coming out. And I want to make sure everybody knows, because there's lots of beers we have yet to drink and talk about. So, make sure you subscribe. And if you want really cool Beer Issues gear, make sure you go to shop.beerissues.com for the coolest gear. And as my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.